I want to show you a kind of panorama that's not really a panorama, but it's kind of using the panorama option, and it's very useful. So here I was walking in Paris, and I just saw this incredible sunset. It was actually the other side, the east side of the sunset, but I love this kind of magenta sky. And I didn't have a wider lens enough. I think I was at 24 millimeter with my 24-105. At 24 millimeter, you can see up there. And so I said, oh, I want to capture this whole scene. So I took one photo, then I moved to the left, took another photo, and then I moved to the left again to the next photo. I'm like, yeah, but the sky is crazy. So I went up and took another photo. And then I went back to the right, took another photo, and back again to the right, another photo. So a total of 6 photos. It's kind of like 2 panoramas on the top of each other. But check this out. If you right click, edit, and photo merge, panorama, I'm going to try to see different modes. So spherical, I kind of like what spherical does. My ideal scene is perspective, but I'm guessing it's not going to work. You see, unable to merge the photos, try a different projection mode. The reason is, sometime when you're at 24 millimeter and you're taking like a big building, the software cannot do this projection, this way of stitching. So you have to go with cylindrical or you have to go with spherical. So look at the difference between spherical and cylindrical. A lot of more sky here in cylindrical. I think I like, I don't know, tall buildings or no tall buildings. I think I'm going to go for this one. Yeah, maybe this one looks more right. And then I'm going to fill the edge. Fill the edge because I want to create all this pixel that's missing. I mean, you don't have to use this option if you're using an older version of Lightroom. What you can do is you can just go like this and click auto crop, and that's going to crop it, wherever you want, or you can just crop it later on. But I want to show you a cool trick about fill edge. You see, fill edge did something kind of weird there because it sort of copied the building. There's no really ways to correct that. That would be like Photoshop. But I found this out. If you use a little bit of boundary wrap and you do fill edge again, the result is going to be slightly different every time. It's going to recalculate the fill edge and maybe, well, in this case, it gives something very similar. But let's go a little more crazy and go fill edge and see what would happen in filling the missing pixel. It's going to recalculate, and sometimes you might get a little more lucky. Well, in this case, I didn't really get super lucky. No, actually, I might be wrong. I think it's doing the exact same thing. I don't know. You have to test this on your photo. I saw that on moving the boundary wrap and using the fill edge again gave me a different result. It does that on Photoshop. When you do contour toward fill on Photoshop, it does a different result. Now, the fill edge option, I want to use it especially just for that little bit of sky here. So I am going to use it there, but of course I'm not going to use it there. And create stack, yes. Auto settings, no, because I want to retouch it myself. Ooh, this photo has a lot of potential. And I'm going to merge it. Here we are. We have this super raw file. Look at the size of this file. 13,000 pixel wide. That is a lot of pixel, and it's pretty sharp photo. I was really happy about it. So first of all, let's go and develop this. Before I do the cropping, because obviously I'm not going to keep that. Some people might think it actually is in France, like it did something weird here. I'm going to open up the shadows. I'm going to do my black point. I'm going to do my white point. Because I want to see what's there, Maybe even further the white point. Yeah, something like that. So let's bring on the highlights and let's adjust the white point. Yeah, I want it to be kind of bright here. And then, okay, the sky is kind of weird. Okay, time to, now before you do any cropping, I advise you, if you have any transform to do, remove chromatic aberration, unbalanced profile correction, that will look weird. No, okay, fine, let's do it. And on this one, let's click on auto, see what it's going to give me. It's pretty good. I love what auto does. And now let's do the cropping. So on this one, I'm thinking what? I think I might just go 16:9 because I'm obsessed by 16:9. And I think it's going to work perfect for that photo. Yeah. Okay, something like that. Okay, cool. We got some stuff kind of weird there. But look, we got all this sky was computer generated, which is kind of cool. And then I'm going to lower the sky here. We do our classic checklist. Maybe add a little tad of blue. Yes. And so because I'm overdoing it a little bit because, I'm going to use the mask, luminance mask to erase. So it goes like sort of behind. Voila, maybe a little too much. Don't go too far on this. Okay, let's do one for the bottom. I really want to mask out the bottom because that street is not really nice. And I love how you can just play with gradient and really have them exactly how you feel. Okay. I think I want to lower a little bit the overall photo. Yeah, just a little tad. There was, also one of my favorite photo in Paris. Okay, let's carry on with the checklist. Let's go for the, there was a little bit of light here. I want to enhance it just a tad. So I put a circle with just a bit of exposure. See here, it's all at 0. I'm just adding a bit of exposure. And then I'm going to feather it and maybe add a bit of yellow. Just a, no, not even, just a tad, and maybe just a little bit, just a tad, just a tad, just a tad. I'm going to duplicate this circle because I want to make this, I like that. I think this building is really bright, but I think I love this statue here. It's a beautiful, like, golden statue that you have in Paris. This is coming from the Louvre going to the opera. I just love Paris so much. Okay, let's do one more, maybe a little more intensity on that building. Okay, and now let's, I want to make this a little darker overall. And let's relight this a little bit with some brush. So effect, I think I want to add a bit of a yellow and a thing. I want to make this window, look, this window is reflecting the sunset. I want to make it brighter. I think it's kind of cool. I want to make, so when you're happy with a brush, you can just go like this. I want to make this glow a little more. So I'm going to make things glow, I'm going to add some yellow, I'm going to add some exposure and some minus clarity. Sometimes that just makes things glow a little bit. I want to make this glow and this glow and this maybe glow a little bit. And this whole road, this whole part here, I want to make it glow. Check this out. I mean, what a difference. Look at this. Before, I just turned on a lot of lamps in Paris. Before, after. Wow. Okay, that's why you really got to do this checklist. You know, gradient, filter, brush. All right. And so that was a panorama. Crazy to think about that. And I didn't even use vibrance and saturation. It was such a beautiful night. I really love the shot. I hope you like it.